You're good? So what have you done before our class?
I just had my dinner.
Oh, okay, very good. You still have your dinners. Okay. Yeah, are you ready for tonight, Lee?
Yeah,
Yes, okay, yeah. Before you forgot, I'm teacher Diana I speak, and for this evening, I'll be your English teacher, okay? So
okay.
yeah, let's get started. Okay, yeah. For this evening, we will be discussing about citizenship. Okay. So, what is citizenship, Lee? Do you have any idea what is citizenship?
I think that citizenship is what citizens have to do and what what
Oh,
citizens have to do and yeah, what are the rules for citizens?
okay, here. It's citizenship is the position or status of being a citizen of a particular country. So it is a status. Example, you are the citizen of Vietnam and I am a citizen of the Philippines. So a position or status of being a citizen of a particular country. Okay, very good. Okay, Ali. So this will be our topic for this evening. So this is our lesson objective. So youth justice. So Lee, can you please read, Lee? Discuss the question. Okay. Number one, Lee, please read. In the UK.
In the UK, children become legally responsible for their actions when they are 10 years old. What does this happen in your country? I
Okay.
don't really remember about this, maybe about 16 or 18.
So you don't have any idea on what are the age of children that are responsible for the action? You don't really know?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, number two, please read, Lee. Yeah, make your voice loud and clearly. In the USA,
In the USA, young people over the age of 18 who committed crimes are treated as
commit,
adults.
you commit.
Commit, commit crimes are treated as
Adults, adults.
adults.
Yeah, with S, adults.
Adults.
Treated
Do
as
you
adults, okay?
do you agree with this?
Yeah, in the USA, young people over the age of 18 who commit crimes are treated as adults. So do you agree with this? Why or why not?
I think um
What about in Vietnam? Let's talk about Vietnam first. What is the age of the person who is responsible for the crime? Yeah, the person does something and then he committed something and then maybe he is in late teenager age. So will he be responsible? It's just your opinion here. What is your standpoint?
I think I don't really agree with this
Why?
because children can um
Yeah, at the age of 18, 18. This is all, yeah, this is late teenager anymore. So it
yeah,
will become to, yeah, young adults. Soon, the 18 years old will become young adults. So in your opinion, will be, will not be responsible or will be responsible for the crimes?
I think it's too late and yeah.
What? What, Lee?
I think that it is
So your standpoint is
it needs to be
they should
early.
not be responsible. Why?
It needs to be more. It needs to be earlier because children from more than 15 can know what they're doing, what thing is wrong and what thing is right. So I don't think that 18 is it is
Okay, here. Number two, Lee. Please read, Lee.
um how does the law deal with young people who commit crimes in your country? Read the text. Does it mention any similar ideas? How does the law deal with young people who commit crimes in your country?
Okay, yeah.
Read the text.
How about in Vietnam? It's about in your country.
Well, if they are too young, they could be just there's a place for them to study and learn again that committing crimes is not good and blah
What
blah
is the
blah.
penalty, Lee? May I know what is the penalty? No penalty, or what about the parents?
Well, the children have to live there for like about for like about
Yeah, I advise you to speak clearly because so that I can spot the words and I need to correct if
I
they are mispronounced. Okay. Yeah, my your voice is like not really that clear. Okay, so here. So what about the parents? If the children there in Vietnam will commit something like that crime, so what will the government do with the parents as well? They will also warn?
yeah,
Lee?
they also warn.
Okay, very good. Okay, that's great. So now let's proceed to the articles, advice, and about. Okay, getting back on track. So can you please read this passage, Lay? Okay.
Okay. Um, Getting back on track. Most people would agree that teenagers who committed serious or violent crimes like car thief, armed or robbery or murder should receive
Severe.
severe punishment. These could include a sentence in a center of young offenders or even an adult prison. At the same time, most people who would agree that young people who commit less serious offenses, such as shoplifting or painting graffiti on buildings, should get a second chance at a normal life. Some experts believe that young offenders institutes
Young Offenders Institutes.
and prisons aren't the best solution for minor offenses. Instead, they suggest alternative sentences,
Alternative
alternative sentences
sentences.
that can teach young offenders a lesson without separating them from the rest of their community. Here's
Okay.
an example of this. 1.
Okay.
Paying back. In the UK, some courts make young offenders pay a fine. In certain cases, offenders must also pay money for their
Victims.
victims. This is called compensation amounts if they think it's necessary.
This is the
This
sound.
maximum amount is usually 1,000
Yeah, this is pound sterling, the UK money.
for young offenders, but judges can set higher amounts if they think it's necessary. When offenders are under 16 years of age, their parents are considered responsible and for them and, as a result, must pay any fine of
Fines.
fines
Fines.
or compensation
Compensation.
for their children's criminal behavior. Experts believe that paying a fine can help young people to understand the financial consequences of bad behavior.
Consequences. Yeah, consequences of bad behavior. Okay, learning to do better. Number two, Lee.
Number two, learning to do better. In some countries, like the USA, young offenders may attend education programs or have with
Sessions.
sections with a
Psychologists.
biologist,
Psychologists.
psychologist, just as part of their sentence. These programs often include classes about proper behavior, helping them start a new life, develop skills, and find a good job. In addition, people with drugs or alcohol problems may need help to overcome
Problems.
addictions. These programs aim to prevent future problems with the laws. Um, 3. Staying out of jail.
Okay.
In some cases, young offenders might be sentenced to house arrest. That means they can only leave their home to
Homes.
attend to
Homes.
attend schools or to take training courses
Courses.
Another option is electronic tagging, with offenders wear a GPS device that tells the police where they are at all time. This allows people to serve out their sentences without seriously interrupting their normal life.
Lives.
Sweden was one of the first countries use electronic tagging device for young offenders as well as adult criminal.
Yeah, criminals. Yeah, read properly, Lee. If there is an S, highlight the S. Okay, just like curses, lives, criminals. Okay. Okay, number 4.
Helping the community. In many countries, offenders are sentenced to do unpaid work for a certain number of hours. For instance, they may have to clean
Instance. Again, instance.
a second instance.
Okay, good. They.
They may have to clean public parks or work in care homes for older people. This is an example of restorative justice.
Restorative justice. Restorative.
When offenders pay back society for their mistakes. Some people believe this is the most effective way to punish young offenders because it teaches them about social responsibility and helps them to understand they are members of a larger community.
So, yeah, did you just able to understand, Lee? Okay, here are the terms. Okay, this one. Okay, here we can find a sentence. Okay, offenders, offenses, young offenders institute. Okay, yeah. Maybe we're going to, do I need to explain this one or have you understand this one, Lee? Can you just understand or do I need to explain this one?
Um,
And just understand. No need for me to explain.
yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, here now let's proceed. In this part, 3, match the highlighted words in the text to the meanings. Okay, as you can see here, so yeah, there are offenders, sentence, offenses, young offenders institute. This is a prison, okay? And the person who commit less serious offenses, it is the action, and offenders are the person doing the crime, and the punishment sentence. Okay, here and courts, okay, in the UK some courts, so this is a place, and offenders pay a fine. Okay, certain cases, so fine is a money. Okay, and offenders must also pay money for their victims, and it is called compensation. And here, so they are penalized 1,000 pounds sterling in the UK. And of course, the judges can set higher amounts if they think it's necessary. So here, okay, let's match those 9 to their meanings here. Okay, number 1, Lee. Can you please read, Lee? Yeah, I'll just make it bigger so that it will be very visible. Okay, this one.
Money that you give someone because you have heard them
Oh,
or
do you need to copy this one? The 9? Okay, you copy first. Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds to copy.
okay.
Okay, finish. Very good. Okay, now let's proceed. Okay, this one, I'll make it bigger. Okay, so it's bigger already. So number 1, can you please read?
Money that you give someone because you have hurt them or damaged something that they own.
Okay,
Oh,
what?
I'm sorry. I can you scroll back again, please? I just didn't save the file that I. Okay. Can you come back? I think number 1 is pay fine.
Really? Are you sure? Money that you give someone because you have hurt them or damaged something that they own?
Oh, compensation.
Yeah. Okay, compensation because it is given to the person. Okay, number 2.
Number 2,
Please read. Please read. A place.
a place where there is a trial to decide whether someone is guilty of a crime.
So
I
what would
think
that
it's a
be?
court.
Okay, very good, Kurt. Okay, number 3, please read.
Okay. An amount of money that you must pay of breaking a rule or law. I
Okay, what
think
would that
this
be?
is fine.
Okay, very good. That was fine. Okay, number 4, please read.
Number 4, people who control trials in courts and decide how to punish criminals.
Okay, who are those people who is in control?
People who control trials in courts and decide. I think it is they are judges.
Okay, judges. Good. Okay, now what about number 5? Please read.
Number 5, prisons for young people under the age of 18.
Okay, what is the prison?
Young um, uh, young offenders in
Institute. Institute. Again, institute.
institutes.
Very good. Okay. Number 6, please read.
Number 6, crimes.
Okay, so crimes.
Um, crimes is
It's a crimes. It's the action.
offenders.
Offenders, are you sure? What about number 7?
I think number 6 is sentence.
Number 6, sentence?
No, number 6 is offense and
Offenses. Offenses. Yeah, I
and
get it.
number
Okay. So number 7, people who have committed a crime. Yeah, it refers to a people, so it is for the doers, so it is offenders. Okay. So that's why I asked you if it are you sure. Okay, what about number 8? Please read.
a punishment that a judge gives to someone who had committed
Gives. Yeah, read properly. Gives.
gives
Okay, good. Again, a punishment.
a punishment that a judge gives to someone who had committed a crime.
Okay,
It
what
is
punishment?
I think it is sentence.
Very good. You get it. Okay. What about number 9? Please read.
Number 9, people who
Suffered.
suffered the effects of a crime as victim.
Victim or victims. Okay, very good. Okay, now let's proceed to number 4. Okay, can you please read? Read the text again. Decide if the statements are true or false. Do we need to read the passage again or we don't need? Okay, number 1. Lee, please read part 4, number 1. I'm going to read the question or the phrase. Everyone agrees that young offenders shouldn't go to prison. Is that true or false?
I think it's false.
It's false. Really? Everyone agrees that young offenders shouldn't go to prison.
Oh.
Yeah, you can check it here. Okay, here, let's check.
Yeah. Yeah, it's false.
False. Okay. Okay, number 2. British teenagers must always pay compensation for their crimes. Is it true or false?
Must always pay compensation. No.
Who are responsible? Yeah, support your answer, please.
No, true, because,
What's the stand? What's the final stand?
true.
True. Are you sure? British teenagers must always pay compensation for their crimes? Why true? Why truly?
Because,
Because
they said that,
in their law, and if they are age of 16, their parents are responsible, okay, for the penalty. This one, Lee, we just have this one for the last. Can you please read the question?
some young offenders in the USA can get help with addiction. True.
True, very good. Okay, Yali, since we don't have enough time, I want you to, read properly. If there is S, okay, highlight the S, and then alternative, the psychologist, problems, okay, incense, institute, suffered. Okay, just a few lapses late to work on, but all in all, you did great. Okay, you're amazing and you're really smart. Okay, thank you so much for attending our class tonight, Lee. See you again next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye. See ya.
Yeah.